I'm here to play. All right, man. Once again, it is Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. ish. Means it's time for another edition live in the man cave. This is Polk. We are your number one source for high school basketball in the state of Florida. Got the All-State PG chopping in tonight. Got the All-State coach. What's going on with y'all, fellas?
Happy Sunday, coach.
Hey man, just learn something new every day, man. I watched Big Ten basketball day, man. It wasn't bad. Watched Nebraska be up 10 with like a minute to go in their gym. I think they ended up winning, but they let it get to overtime. They let Iowa go on to like a 10-0 run to get it to overtime. Iowa probably should have won. They missed a free throw or two down the stretch. But they was home. I hadn't seen Nebraska all year. You know, Nebraska like top 10 in the country. I'm like,
yeah. Hoiberg doing a good job with them.
Hoiberg is the head coach, and his son play. That's a trip, you know what I'm saying? So all right, so PG, I know you don't have nothing in the coaches. In the Tomb of Tape. Coach, I don't know if you got anything in the corner. I know it's officially game week, so you may not have none, but I always give you a chance to say if you do have anything. If you do, you got it.
I just got a question for y'all.
Okay.
Do defense still win championships? We always talk about how the game has changed and kids are more skilled and people more offensive minded, this, and whatever.
Can't win it with
the defense still win championships.
Can't win it without it, buddy.
Yeah. Enough of it. Do you got to have 4 quarters of it? No, not like you used to, but enough of it, or when you.
I agree. I disagree. I think you got to have 4 quarters, bro.
You got to. You know what I'm saying? Some might be better than others, but it can't. That's where the let off can't be at, coach.
Are you hitting at something? Or are you just asking?
I'm asking. No, I'm not hitting at anything.
Yeah, I was hitting, coach. Okay. In theory, I say 4 quarters, coach. But how many teams are we not seeing more people winning without playing a whole game of defense, like in spots here and there, like you know what I'm saying, like. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, in theory, yeah, you suppose that's it. But it seems like more people are getting away with not doing it, the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Was defense played this weekend?
In spots.
In spots.
In spots.
In spots, not the whole game, but it was enough to to move on, and that's what you do. You survive and move on, right? That's the nature of the beast.
Is it still not our blueprint for championship teams here in Polk County?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think in Polk County, I think we have to hang our hat on defense because we don't have what other people have, so we got to figure out a way to stop these people to even it out, and that's kind of that was our kind of advantage in years past. So yeah, I do think that for us, for Polk County, we gotta have it. But I mean, shout out to Rank in the chat. I do think that that's what it's going to take for us to actually win a championship, and right now we don't have it enough, and that's why we unfortunately left with no championships. Do you think that as Polk County goes, a team can win without that taking place?
No.
I don't think they can win without it.
No.
But I can't say that the team didn't play it. I mean, for me, y'all would feed me. Y'all would give me updates, feed me updates. So that's why I asked that question. I was not aware if they did play defense or not this weekend, or they just kind of ran into better teams.
I think they did run into better teams. Sagemont, I think was the better team. but victory, especially in that quarter, played with so much, you know, sense of urgency and spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like the real Polk County came out of them in the fourth quarter. And I wonder, can we get that, for an entire game? What would the outcome would have been? You know what I'm saying? So if they can figure out how to do that for an entire game and not when they're down, you know what I'm saying, they can be really scary.
Where do they go from here?
They're losing some pieces and some key pieces at that. So one, um, they're gonna have to look at who they've been developing, in the JV programs and off the bench, who's ready to, step up into those shoes. I don't think you can really feel MJ and Tucker Fox shoes like right away. Some that's gonna take a development over the summer. Then the transport portal will heat up. We'll see who wins.
Did
That arms race when it starts, probably not already started. You
Yeah,
know,
I heard in the barbershop talking. I heard that.
yeah.
Oh, for
So
real?
Conversations have already began. Yeah.
Well,
so
what about Santa Fe? No, hold on, go back. Is their region staying the same? Ain't they redoing regions
we
this
don't
year?
know yet. We don't
Okay,
know
so
yet. It's gonna change some.
what about Santa Fe?
It's going. I think it's gonna change some. Right now, I'm waiting on the volleyball districts because it's
No,
gonna give me,
I'm asking like, what about Santa Fe? As far as like how you broke down victory, like,
bro. You got to replace
how
Toby.
were they going to be able to manage those 30 points? Like, who was gonna take over those 30 points a game that they was getting? And that I felt like that was gonna be always a key missing piece going up
Mhm.
in games. And not even just saying somebody had to give 30, but you didn't have someone that could give you 20. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I did say this. I never probably said it out loud. Uh, I felt like it was gonna be a challenge for Toby against big guards when we saw him this summer
Hmm.
in that game. When we sat there, was it this summer or at the tournament that we hosted that
This
you had?
summer.
Okay,
Well,
when
it was the summer thing. Yeah, the thing that the coaches
Yeah,
put.
and then we hosted.
and they had the bigger guards guarding him. How would he be able to manage against
Hmm.
that situation? I don't know. Was that the case for him this past weekend?
Yeah,
Are we
those guards are pretty. They were pretty
Yeah,
big. They
I,
put a
pretty
I
big
don't
big.
think I ever seen a game where he didn't have an assist, and if he's not making opportunities for those kids around him, what I'm saying, it really limits his effectiveness, in the game. You know what I'm saying? I know he wish he could have that game back for sure.
what could he have done different? Was the defenders good, athletic, or he just didn't take the advantage of the opportunity that he should have had? It wasn't the moment for him.
I,
Sometimes that moment is tough, man. Like I don't know. The kid they had last year. I mean, he could give you 30 to 40.
yeah,
But
but
you
it
still,
alleviated a lot of pressure when he's demanding that type of attention, where I can, kind of do my thing too. Now the attention all on you. You know what I'm
and
saying? Not only do you got to
you
try
got
to get yours,
yeah,
you got to not only try to get yours, you got to try to get everybody else involved too.
gotcha. I mean, but they both achieved. I mean, big shout out to Blicker, for sure, because losing
Yes.
what he lost, and just to have those kids come in from the time we saw him over the summer, I was like, how the hell is he winning with those kids? He did a great. I mean, he did an amazing job. I know for myself, I don't loudly give him the credit I give him under the table, but I mean, the dude did a fantastic job with the type of
Yeah.
guy that he had. So I'll be one of the first to just speak out it out loud because I don't give him that credit out loud as much, but he did do a great job. As far as victory, I mean, everybody expected both of them to make it. Um, it's just a different breed when you got to play those Broward teams,
Hmm.
and coming from behind is always a challenge. Uh, Victor Young, you said they're losing a lot of players too.
Yeah, they losing MJ, Tucker Fox, and Thought for sure.
So my question to y'all, because y'all said it's barbershop talk, are we in a state of emergency, quote unquote Billy D's word? Are we in a state of emergency moving forward with Polk County basketball for next year?
Barnes.
Are we in a state of emergency?
I got my media talk on. It got
I don't know if we're in a state of emergency, but I do think that we're losing a lot. Like our top teams, if you look at the top three teams, the last three teams standing, which was Victory, Santa Fe, and Bartow, they're all losing some pieces, right? They're losing a lot of leadership and a lot of. I mean, Bartow got a lot coming back, but losing Crosley and Cotton, 4-year guys in the program, and you got Victor losing, the guys that you talked about just not coaching. Santa Fe losing Toby, who's been staple of the program. I don't know if we're in a state of emergency, but it's definitely going to look different. It's going to be a transition, and it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like.
I think it's still too early to be in a state of emergency. You know what I'm saying? I kind of know by the end of June for sure, but it's too early to hit that button though, Toma.
Yeah, I was listening.
And I don't know Rashad Hines report. I mean, I guess that's one take. If they got Q, they win. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one because I thought they was right there. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I think
we talking hypotheticals. You know what I'm saying? And what does that team chemistry look like with him? You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure they would have loved to have him, but we'll never know.
I mean, to Sean's point, shout out to Sean Bond, Blue Summers. That's a good point though, Rashad. But I don't know if Q would have, because I mean they made up for Q production with what they got. It's just it's a different packaging, but they still got the same amount of success from it. And Sean said it would have been nice for if Santa Fe, if not stay at Santa Fe, I know if it was Phil's, we'd all be drunk, right? But if not stay at Santa Fe, that's a whole different conversation. Like whole different conversation. I think that would have been a whole different conversation. That was Tate was a loss, but you knew Tate was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Losing Knox, which you didn't know he was leaving, or maybe Coach Blicker knew he was leaving, but I mean we didn't know. Losing Knox, that was tough. So
what did he do? Did he do it? What we haven't heard his name.
Well, I don't think he did. No, he was over there with the people that got out. They had that whole. Well, you probably you ain't heard it, but they probably had a controversy over there. So he ended up, as I heard, he was still looking for a new home. He was looking for a new home. Yeah, because that grass wasn't greener.
So he threw away a whole sophomore season.
He played some, but then it was a mess at the school. The team he played on, they got into some mess with how they was handling. What was it, coach? Like some misappropriation or some stuff. But
it was some money issues and also playing some illegal players, like in other programs like football and some stuff like that.
Oh,
I see Q dropped. His ranking dropped from like top 15
to 50, 54. 50 went from me. Coach, your take on it. And defense different than back when, I know y'all still play the same way. I know y'all still be hooping. But they don't play defense the same way, right? And we go to gyms and we go in there, it'd be tough to watch because you know what you're used to and you know what wins, and that doesn't happen enough. So yeah, you're right. We're not guarding like we used to. But Coach, what's your take on Q going from when he left Victory? He was top six, top five, top six. Now the ranking, I sent it to y'all the other day. He 54. How you drop from 6 to 54?
I don't think what he's done in OTE has helped him as far as his ranking and stuff goes. I think it probably hurt him as far as that goes because, for one, he's not the feature on that particular team. He's only a sophomore, right? So he's got older people that's probably going to be top five in the country playing OTE and whatever.
I got a question.
I think I wish he would have stayed on the EYBL. I think that would have helped maintain. I foresee him dropping a little bit, but not this far. Not this far. And I see, and I see now that he's going to be playing with the Atlanta Express, which is one of the top Under Armour teams. I think that's the one Anthony Edwards played for, but he's going to have a huge summer in order to climb back in those rankings. You know what I'm saying?
You is, other than that, because you might know, has anybody who's played with the OT, and I think the answer is yes, because I think the one kid did, that played in his OTEs, played in the McDonald's All-American game?
Yes. There's been plenty of them.
Okay.
There's been plenty of them.
Any of them not been circuit kids? Nike circuit?
No. Well, I don't know the answer to that question.
Isn't it some ties with Nike in the McDonald's game now?
Yes. There are some ties. And some ties with Nike and USA basketball too.
So if he stays there, does he continue to drop?
No, I don't think he's gonna drop anymore. I think he just jeopardized McDonald's All-American game. The ranking ain't recruiting. The ranking is just gonna take what his career could have been.
McDonald's and Jordan All-American, you got to be like top 25, top 30 at the least in order for him to make the McDonald's game. I think that's jeopardy for sure.
Are we saying from a talent standpoint? So is this just politics? Because are we saying from a talent standpoint he went from top 6 to 50?
I think it's political. I definitely so too. Yeah, and I want us to be clear. I want everybody to be clear because sometimes people only record and hear what they want to hear about it. His situation doesn't change his recruiting. I still think he's a Power 5, like legit, big for sure player. But the accolades that a kid would dream of having, I think when you drop to 50-something, you start losing those. The McDonald's All-American game, the Jordan game, those are things that we expected that he would be possibly playing in. That could be, he still got 2 years, but it's a question mark now. How do you fight back without seeing a Nike circuit? How well do you dominate the Adidas circuit? He's Under Armour. You said Under Armour. Under Armour. That you get yourself back into that situation. But recruiting wise, the Michigans, the North Carolina, Kentucky's, Dukes, they're not going to switch out on the kid because he dropped in the rankings like that. But at some point you got to look at what the expectations and goals is for you too when you start losing out on that. Or does the kid even care? Or the family, do they even care about the McDonald's game and all that? Do kids even care about it now?
That's a great question, and I've never really, the ones that I do know.
Because money's so involved. I would totally believe, and I don't know nothing about what Q got going on. I ain't heard Q name all year, but just thinking from a basketball point, when you choose Under Armour over Nike, EYBL, it's got to be something behind why you choosing that. You know what I'm saying? Can't be just.
But the great thing about Overtime, bro, he's basically a career athlete up there. He's getting the best training. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't disagree with that particular move. You know what I'm saying? Now he's gonna, like I said, he's gonna have to have a great summer. I'm hoping that he's playing 17s for Atlanta Express. I don't think he needs to play 16s. He needs to play 17s. And if he can dominate at 17s, and then when they have like those tournaments where everybody's there, Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas, he's gonna have to show, why he was a top 10 prospect. You know what I'm saying? Then now when he get invited to those camps, you know what I'm saying, he's got to be a killer. Like the time he walk into the gym, like
What about the Knox kid? Because I know he was jumping up and was had very much conversation in Florida. What's happened with his rankings?
Who?
The Knox kid. Like I remember that at the end of the year last year, it was the freshmen was Quentin, Knox. Knox name was in the top 10 as freshmen last year before he was top more season.
Knox, Quentin, and Link. Yeah.
Yeah, that was top 10 in Florida.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Has that changed since he's?
I haven't seen a Florida ranking this year with
that's
that class.
Crazy that you ain't heard nothing about him. Like he went away and you stopped hearing about him. Q, like Sean saying in the chat that OTE only do highlights, so they not really highlighting you playing ball the right way. So if you ain't got highlights going, you ain't gonna see them. So is it just a thing? He just been forgot about. Essentially, that's what we're saying.
We haven't heard. I mean, I haven't heard anything about Q all season with overtime. Normally, you see the little highlights in the one white guy talking about like the players. It don't come across my news feeds at all anymore.
Yeah. But like I say, he's still young. You know what I'm saying? When like next year and the year after that, I think he's going to be the topic of that conversation. He's like Tuma said, he's still a power forward player. He's still going to be highly suited by, by colleges and whatever. So
I think Knox come back to Victory. Santa Fe. Knox need to come back to Santa Fe.
That would be a big pickup if he made his way back to Santa Fe. With what they got coming back, he'll be a nice addition with Newkirk and MacArthur and the young bigs he got.
What do they do?
Who that? Santa Fe?
Newkirk and MacArthur and Lil Shannon.
It was
had like 9.
Who?
I said both of them had like 9 apiece in their game. I think they 2 was the highest in there. So they did pretty good.
Just, Country Day, and then Providence ended up beating Country Day. So Providence won the championship, which, I think that Santa Fe, sometimes it's just a matchup. I actually think Santa Fe would have matched up better with Providence than they did Country Day. They might have had a better shot at Providence than they did Country Day. All things were equal. I know Bartow should have knocked Country Day off just the same. I mean, not Country Day, Providence off just the same. And Providence won state. So sometimes it's just a matchup. And Country Day it was a tough matchup for them. Like Santa Fe came out in zone. They were playing them zone because from a height standpoint, Country Day was much bigger than them. So they kind of came out in zone. Chris, we know he was at Victory first, but with all Victory got coming back, I don't know if that would be. It would make more sense to go back to Santa Fe. That's why he left. He was there, but that's why he left because of all the stuff Victory had, and they're still bringing back a lot of pieces. They losing some stuff, but they're bringing back some stuff too. But yeah, they just Country Day it was a tough matchup for them. It was a real, like you said, and Toby struggled because they kept sending people at him. They kept sending big people at him, and Santa Fe offense, everything goes through Toby. So if Toby not able to facilitate, it's going to be a long day. And so it was a long day as a result.
Yeah, but my thing is both of them had a great season. Like I think Santa Fe had a great season. It's nothing to hang their head low on. Victory had a great season and gave themselves a chance, in the fourth quarter of the championship.
Coach, was that should they have called flagrant whatever intentional foul?
I wouldn't
Put
have.
your referee hat on. Would you ever call that?
I wouldn't have, but I saw it and I can see why he did. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't a basketball play, but at the same time, I know the situation. I just know he's trying to foul and put the kid on the line. You know, the
And
kid
as an
wasn't
official,
hurt.
you know that, right? You
Yeah,
know
the
that
kid
he's putting him
wasn't
in the
hurt
skull.
or nothing like that.
Yeah, I
You
think
know
he
what I'm
was.
saying?
He told the other kid to foul that didn't. So you know he was really just trying to foul.
Yeah. Like I said,
Everybody,
I don't
everybody
make that call.
trying to foul. So I think that was tough to give him an intentional.
Yeah.
At that point, you just gotta let him. You gotta let him. You know what I'm saying? I
You
thought
know,
that fake was a
but
bad.
by rule, that was not a basketball play. You know what I'm saying? Whether people like it or not, it wasn't a basketball play.
So by rule, he was right to call it, but you wouldn't have called it.
I wouldn't have
Even though
called
it's
it.
the rule.
Like I said,
I
I
would have
know what the
I'd have called the foul.
situation is.
Yeah, let the kids win it, man. Like that. Not saying that would have did anything, but just you could tell that just took the whole momentum out of him with that one play, man. And you know, talking about Victor, man, Victor was right there with him that third quarter. It's like them people hit a switch. And Victory, they came out swinging, and Victory it took a while for them to get adjusted. You know, they started attacking the zone, you know, inside, and they were hitting the guy on the baseline. So they started getting some success in that. But that third quarter, it's just like the wheels came off, but then they put them back on, Coach. Like,
yeah.
But that third quarter was so tough for him, man. And they had been playing, and Sagemont played them in zone, but they were just so active in that zone, man. It was almost like a half court trap how they was playing it. You know, it wasn't like they were just sitting there with their hands out. They was active, and they got some players now. Sagemont losing some people finally, right? That Thomas dude, Harris or whatever his name is. I know they keep bringing people back, Coach, but that number 4,
Coach, he was a grown man.
Say again?
That third quarter, he was a grown man.
Oh my God, Coach! It's like he went into the phone booth and came out, and he was somebody else. Like, God dang, it was quick.
6'8" too.
And he quick, and he's 6'8", Coach, and he
3. Coach, he won them to death. Coach, they beat him up on the offensive board. Victory was up 16-8 in rebounds, and next thing I know, it's like 28 to like 18 or something. Like, it was crazy how Sagemont beat him on the boards in the second half, especially the third quarter.
And that's what the announcer was saying, because it was a surprise that Victory was winning the rebounding battle. They was winning, and in that third quarter. But then the fourth quarter, it's like it was 2 separate quarters. Like third quarter, Victory couldn't do nothing wrong, right? And then the fourth quarter, they're gonna do nothing wrong. And they gave themselves a chance. Like it was so crazy to watch them go from down 20 to cut it to 3.
Mm-hmm.
They cut it to 3. Old boy had 18 in the fourth.
Tuck on fire, man.
Tuck is just a big. Tuck had a big. He's just a big game kid, man. PC Gridiron, you stepping them already, man. Stepping them already. So, Coach, I know it's way too early, but once again, shout out to Santa Fe and the Victory, man. And I couldn't bring myself. Only reason I didn't post Santa Fe losing at all. The only reason I posted Victory is because Coach Fitzgerald and Coach Collins something to score. If they hadn't something to score, I wouldn't have posted them either. I don't like to post. I don't like posting when we lose, Coach. I don't know. I'm just I'm salty like that. So So I look at PG jump in.
You know it was coming.
Hey man, that's just me, man. But shout out to both the squads, man, on getting to the finish line. But Coach, if we real quick before we jump into something else, way too early. Way too early. Top 5 going into the spring, summer for next year.
Victory
It ain't got to be no order, just top 5.
Top 5: Victory, Santa Fe, Bartow, Lakeland.
Auburndale.
Auburndale losing some
Auburndale
pieces.
losing a whole lot, Coach. They losing
They losing a lot.
They losing a whole
The
lot.
5th team, I'm gonna throw a Hail Mary and say Lake Gibson.
Boy, I ain't cut my screen back on.
You don't have to. If they get AD back and the way they was playing at the end of the
season, AD back. What you got, Coach? AD back. I mean, the stranger things have happened because he in and out. So
who knows?
What about Winter Haven? Does Winter Haven bring back enough for you to get them? They were pretty young, right?
Top 5 nod. Not a top 5 nod. And I don't know what Ridge is losing. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, after that 3,
you start on football players, bro. That's why I'm like, bro, you
okay. I'm gonna tell you who I got right now. Top 5.
If Lake Gibson didn't lose those players, I would agree with you, bro. But all
Santa Fe Victory, Bartow, Lakeland, and Discovery. Top 5.
Thank you. That's better. Lake Gibson losing a lot of kids going to Auburndale for football, bro. That's why I said Auburndale. Eric needed a couple athletes out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see him.
Once again, it's way too early, so we know.
I would say Discovery, especially with the Barry kid coming back.
You can't never count Discovery out.
Yeah, I would say Discovery.
I like 4 of those. That 5th one, I don't know. I know they got Barry, but I know they lost a lot. But like you said, we never know what. But if you're saying right now, if we're assuming all things being equal, nobody leaves with the rosters that they're ending the season with, then I'm good with 4. That 5th one kind of get a love.
I said it could go either way.
But I mean, Discovery. I mean, if they got Discovery, yeah, you and Sean had the same list. If they got Discovery, got Barry coming back, but everybody else that started gone. So the Discovery got a lot of seniors that they losing too. They got a lot to.
It got to be Lake Gibson then.
What about what about that? No, Davenport got some stuff going on. Achilles will be back, right?
Yeah, but Jules is gone.
Don't. Man, you finna have those people in the inbox, man. Him in the inbox. Oh man, I knew that was coming.
Why you cut the screen off on Lake Region?
Oh man. I mean, but the thing about Lake Gibson, and I know me and Griffin talked about this in years past. Lake Gibson, whatever they do with it, they are like Rashad saying, they're a sleeper team, man. They keep talent over there. You know, it's like they don't have talent, just like they just for whatever reason hard to don't shake in the chat. I won't shake up. Is shake wasn't me. See both my hands up. Wasn't me, sir. But they always keep talent, Coach. So I don't know how many of them kids they had that's coming back, but they did have some talent.
Football, that's my thing. I don't know the kids, but I ain't never seen Lake Gibson kids just lead the way they leave for football.
It's a mass exodus. It's a mass exodus of football.
Kathleen
got a lot coming back. It's just that what's on paper. I don't think Kathleen losing anybody from what's on paper. Here go might be the sleeper team, McKeel. Because all them kids McKeel was playing underclassmen. Coach, all right.
Good.
Coach. All them kids that was playing McKeel is underclassmen, and they was beating people now. Come on now.
Was they
Coach,
good?
Who they beat, Coach?
Coach, yeah. They beat Lakeland. They beat Winter Haven. They beat some of the teams that are that we had above them. And just look at it. The Sam's kid was a freshman. The drone kid was a sophomore. The big kid was a sophomore. So like I think they whole top 6 all come back next year. They can't get no worse. They was around 8, 9, 10 all year. And if everybody coming back, all things being equal, you gotta feel like they, I know. That ain't a sexy pick, I know. That ain't a sexy pick. I get it.
No, not at all. But Blue Summers, man, but put them drugs down. For me,
it was senior dominated.
But they lost their entire team.
I like Kathleen before McKill.
But then Lakeland Christian lost DJ. They got the other 2. They got Borders and the Donahue kid back, but they don't have as much. Kathleen on paper, so it'll be interesting. After them 4, I think it's kind of easy with Lakeland, Bartow, Victor, and Santa Fe. That 5th one, everybody it can kind of go a lot of different ways. Yeah. Just way too early.
That's gonna be on the transfer portal for sure.
Yeah, that we're saying right now what the route is. We're not saying what the portal gonna do. We know by the time Summer League happen, teams how they look right now will look totally different by the time Summer League kick off. But
we lost Barnes.
Yeah, I mean in that metro area. No, that ain't a laptop.
Bruh, not at all. Ain't no telling what he on.
What about Lake Wells?
Bro, I don't know what Lake Wells is gonna have. They graduated some kids. I know 3 of their top kids graduated for sure, but they got a really good freshman class coming in. Hopefully all them kids come up there. They got a 6'7", 6'8" kid that's in 8th grade right now that could be special.
Mm-hmm.
And they got some other kids that can really play too. So I'm hoping all those kids are able to go to Lake Wells and play right away. I will play it right away.
Junior's still a coach?
Yeah, he's still a coach.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. I like Kathleen.
Coach Davis doing a great job over there. And you know what I'm saying? With him returning all those kids.
Yeah, just off the return.
You know what I'm saying? Consistent. They're going to be better next year. What they have to do is just listen to the man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's too many coaches outside the coaching staff when it comes to Kathleen. Like people in the stands, parents, everybody's coaching those kids up, man. They name Coach Davis a coach. Let him coach them kids. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might be saying something different than what he's saying.
What you got, Metro Barnes?
No, man, my computer died on me. I had to go get the charger. I'm on the laptop. They said it was going dead, and I ignored it. You know how we do. We read it. We look, but we don't read.
Yeah.
I can't believe y'all not allowing for transfer. Coach Shea, we saying right now today on March the 9th, sir. What is it? March the 8th.
Hey, I tried to get Coach Shea credit. Billy D cut
you did put him in the mix, though. So your frat turned the screen off. We saying by the time summer, like we we know it'll change before we line up the summer league. So we know the portal is busy, but we saying right now, March 8th, nobody's officially gone anywhere yet. So we looking at it right now. But we know it's definitely gonna change. PC Gridiron with some news you can use. Shout out to all Saints doing work in Alabama. Okay. All right, man. Well, that was just a good convo. So I put something on the page, man. I want to get y'all take on. I don't know if y'all had a chance to look at it with the brawl that took place at a high school game. I think it was in Alabama, Arkansas, or something like that.
Hold on, was this the one that was on the basketball court? I was just looking at the video.
You saw? I put it on the page. Yeah, it was all on the floor and everything. Cause it was bad. It was real bad. But this thing is like it's become an epidemic. Like it's happening way too often. Like I don't know if And maybe it's just because we got social media, so we see it now. Maybe it's always been this way, but it seems like it's happening way too much. So, in your words, Coach, is this a state of emergency? And if so, what is it? What's the remedy? What's the remedy for this like outbreak of like violence? Like, I mean, this is like bad, like real bad.
Coach, it's bad because it's not just the play coaches and players on the court no more, Coach. It's the people in the stands, and I've seen this actually coming from travel ball. This is a a a result from travel ball, Coach. It's a result from little league people getting in fights, shooting and killing people, in little league, right? Then now you've seen it spill over in travel ball, especially after when COVID was going on and after COVID, and now you see it spilling over, into high school. And coach, it's not only high school, coach. It's a couple college fights, the past couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? I seen an incident yesterday where fans was two boys teams. They was in the handshake line and fans was getting into it. You know what I'm saying? It's people coming on the court from college. When LSU girls got into it with somebody, like one of them brother came onto the court, coach. Like I don't know what the remedy is, coach, but the way the atmosphere is right now, it's not a good thing for player safety for sure. And it's not only the players, coach. It's referees getting attacked. Like it's bad, coach. It's bad for the game. It's bad for the kids. To
Do we
have
need to do we need to go back to COVID situation where you just empty gyms, just the teams and the officials, and that's it?
you know
But
what
we telling people to pull up the games, but we don't want you to pull it up and all that stuff happening.
I would like to see us adopt something that Georgia's doing. Like in Georgia, you can't sit on like the first couple rows on either side. You know what I'm saying? They make them sit, kind of up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just make it mandatory that they have, police officers there. You got to have some type of security there, coach. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to maintain, security with all that chaos going on.
I just, you know, it's so crazy. Like this past weekend, the state was up in Jacksonville, and y'all going up this week, coach. And you look at it on TV, and it's a much different setup than the Civic Center in Lakeland. In Lakeland, like you're saying, they got most of the, they got them up, above
Mhm.
the court. Down up there in Jacksonville, they like right there on the court, and it's more intimate. It's not a bad little. Obviously we biased. We don't care what it look like. It's trash. Because it ain't in Polk County. But once you get out of that, it wasn't a bad little setting. For basketball. But in that case, that would be conducive to this because they right on the floor. It's not like they up like at the Civic Center. They up a little bit. But I mean, if that's going to continue to happen, coach, there's got to be something. If we can't, if the kids are not the issue, if the fans are the issue, and you hate that because now if I'm a parent, I want to see my child play. That becomes tough for me. But it doesn't seem like it's going. It's not going this way. It's going this way. It's not trending down. It's trending up.
Yeah,
Like it's
it's more,
almost like you almost surprised when it don't happen.
coach. Every week, I've been seeing videos of something going down. Girls' games, boys' game. It doesn't even matter. So it's an epidemic right now, and it's a bad one. It's a black eye for sure. Like we got to be the example. We got to set an example for kids.
And
So you
that's
got you got to
coaches like
really keep in mind that those kids are watching you. So if you acting like that, you can't be upset with them. It's doing the same behavior.
so. So in that case, I mean, we didn't see what happened. We just saw like the after effect. The coaches, you think, should get that because I guess you can't get all them parents. I saw somebody earlier saying on the page saying you should find everybody. Travis Osborne. Shout out to his baby up in where he at? Robert Morris. Couple kids getting accolades, right, Coach? I know you posted. I know I'm jumping off. Cheney from Frostproof got Player of the Year. I saw where Tyrese Mayo from Winter Haven got Player of the Year for Ridgewater.
Where's Cheney at?
Cheney is in Georgia Gwinnett College.
Yeah, out of JUCO. I heard a couple of D1s may take a chance on him.
Yeah, having a great season. Hopefully he translated that to to the next level type stuff. Osborne not Osborne, Livingston. Livingston got rookie, made the all rookie team for Robert Morris. So BJ made all conference as well. So kids doing great at the next level. So shout out to those guys. But one of the parents, he said everybody get a fine, like $3.99 fine. But fine, and then somebody else said ban them from the gym, ban them lifetime ban.
I would trespass them.
At that point, you can't come back, right? You can't come back doing all that. How do you? I don't know, because now whatever happened in that game, it take away from the whole game, Coach.
Mm-hmm. You can't go back and play that. You can't resume that game after that. And
that was a semifinal game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Zeke Hayes, man. First of all, get him right, Coach. It ain't JUCO. Get your family right, Zeke. Second of all, Zeke, shout out to Zeke, man. If y'all ain't heard or seen, man, Coach Zeke Hayes is the new head coach at McLaughlin High School. I told McGriffin is the one that sent it to me, so I posted it. I said, well, I guess we got to add McLaughlin to the coverage area because if Zeke over there coaching, we got to cover them. We can't, we got to make sure get him some love. So shout out to Coach Zeke, man. Hope everything go well for you. You live your dream, man, and do a great job. So happy for Coots. We say congrats. But I don't know, Coach. Maybe we just need to clear the gym. But like I say, that's tough because everybody ain't doing it. But it's so how else can you address that other than to clear the gym? There's no other way to make sure it ain't gonna happen. Then don't have them in there to start with.
And the thing is, it's every year we've had an incident here in the county, whether it's girls or boys or something, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like we're exempt, from these altercations. But like I said, we got to be the example for sure. And I don't know if it is a remedy, Coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what more we can do. Like you only can hire so many security or so many deputies. People just got to go and just act accordingly, and like I said, be the example for these kids and whatever. And then
the costs add up.
Yeah, it do for sure, and we know that for sure. You know what I'm saying? And then like coaches, again, you got to watch your actions when you're in practicing, when you're on the sideline, because your kids are gonna see that and display some of the behaviors that they're seeing from you. So,
okay. Well, this ain't a sexy question or topic, but just a question, right? So we saw where this past year in 6A, I think specifically the region that Bartow and Lakeland was in, four teams got into the playoffs from one district. 4 to 8 was from the same district. And I'm sure that was the case in other districts where multiple teams got in. So we don't do the district run up thing anymore like we used to back in the day. So in light of that, is it time for the FHSAA to consider just getting rid of the district tournament altogether? and just go straight into the regionals? Because is it really? What's the point? What's the purpose of it? Because the district tournament doesn't necessarily go into, and maybe it does, but what's the point? I guess is what I'm saying. If one district can get 4 teams in, no matter where they placed, why are we playing a district tournament? If we're not doing district tournament and run up automatic, why are we playing a district tournament in the first place?
It gives a chance for the Cinderella. It gives them a chance. If you're saying that we don't even have a chance at all, you know what I'm saying, then I totally understand that. But it gives a chance for the Cinderella team to have a chance in order to make the regional tournament. Like for instance, like Davenport this year made the district championship. If they win, they get in. Sebring, if they win, they get in. You know what I'm saying? But at least give them the opportunity, you know, to have that upset win and possibly get in.
So you are for you're a pro district tournament.
Yes, because it's no different than the conference tournaments in college. You know what I'm saying? You get that Cinderella team that gets it. They slide their way into the tournament and then they end up in the Elite Eight or Final Four. You know what I'm saying? They make great stories. You know, that's just my take. And then what about the year that we had 4 teams get in? I love that. You know, for us, it gives us more opportunities to get teams in when we're strong. You know, here in Polk.
But do those teams get in whether we play district tournament or not? I guess that's my question.
Yeah,
based off of how they got it seated and how they do
but
in the region.
Remember, Kathleen got in because of how they played in the district. It was really close that year, and then they end up beating Bartow, you know, in the first round. And Coach Shake, I've been saying that the whole time, especially now that you're going to play on Friday and Saturday. Why not see them 1 through 32 and just let it play out? You know what I'm saying? So you're not have to see the same teams in the region. Like it's no way that the Villages, Lake Highland Prep, Calvary Christian should have been in the Final Four. They should have been in the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? And then possibly win the Mill Prep. Like they, you know, but 3 of them was in the same region. I would love to see that in the Final Four game for sure.
See. I don't know. It just seems like it's losing its, and maybe I'm just, you know, seeing it differently, but it's like the district tournament I thought you should carry more weight because only 2 of y'all going, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
If you run, you either champ or you run up, and that's it. But if I'm East River got in, and they was 4th in the district, and they got in the tournament, you know. So it's like, is the district even? And I only think they won a game in district, so it didn't hurt them by losing the game they lost.
Mm-hmm.
And they still got in. Now, what they did when they got in there, you know, okay, but the point is what they did in the district tournament didn't hurt them at all. It didn't hurt their chances of getting into the playoffs. So it's just a thought, because I just don't really see the traditional importance of the district tournament. Seems like it's not. I mean, I understand the Cinderella, but it just don't seem like it's. And maybe I'm old school, I'm nostalgic and all that. I'll take all that, but just don't seem like it carries the same amount of weight. Okay, Coach. So, question, Coach talk for you. How much time does a scouting report take? How much film study is a good amount? What's up, Coach Casanova, Lakeland High School in the chat. Coach Shake, Lake Region in the chat. Appreciate y'all tapping in tonight. Brother Hogan, appreciate you tapping in. Film study. And I guess now is it still considered when you're doing your scouting? Are we still doing film study? Are we going to games? Are we looking at analytics? Are we looking at stats? Like what all go? How much time does it take for a scouting report? This is coach corner one on one, I guess.
Yeah.
So what should because I mean you've been doing it all week because y'all gotta take the trip this week. So how has that been for you? Give folks an idea. Let's say it that way. Give folks an idea, whatever you're willing to share, of how prep has went for you getting ready for y'all state semifinal game this Friday morning for the Breakfast Club.
All right. So um we played on this particular team in the semifinals last year. I have went back and watched that film. Um I've also was fortunate enough to see them play 2 or 3 times this particular year in person. And they also played another Final Four opponent. They played against each other, which is Doral Academy. So I was fortunate enough to see them in person. I have 5 films on our opponent, and I've watched all of them multiple times. And what I'm looking for, so Coach, I probably have watched at least 10 hours of film or more for sure. And and the thing is, what you're looking for is tendencies, what things people have success with against them with, what they do well, what their weaknesses are, who their shooters are. That's what I look at for sure. Is who their shooters are, who their main scorers, and what I'm gonna do to disrupt them. You know what I'm saying? But it's according to who you are and how you analyze things. The more I watch, the more things I pick up. Um, I don't give the kids the entire scouting report because it's sometimes it'd be overwhelming. I just give them the main points that we're gonna attack them on and what they need to know, and we talk about it as a coaching staff mostly.
So you do the scout report, but you don't give it to the
Not the
kid.
entire thing; it'd be the abbreviated version. Because, like I said, it can get overwhelming sometimes with the kids, and a lot of the kids, man, they attention span this long. You know what I'm saying? They look at it, but they don't really.
I was
How
just
much?
gonna
How
say,
if you had to put a percent? Go ahead, PG.
I was just gonna say, is it worth it because of attention span?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, how much of it? How much if you had to put a percentage? What percent would you say you give?
Um,
What
to the
percent would you say
kids,
you give?
probably 40 to 50%. You know what I'm saying? What I'm giving to the kids is their key players, their main defenses, and we'll go over the offenses that they run like the most. You know what I'm saying? It's mostly what they're doing on defense and who their key players and shooters are.
Okay, so part two of that question. First of all, shout out to Mike. I see you, the profile pic. Well, I see you. I see you, OBL. Shout out to OBL, man, doing work. So you play Friday morning, 9 a.m. Breakfast Club. How much of that film study and that prep has went to the game on Saturday, the championship game the next day? Does it all go into that one, or do you divide it up 50, 25, 25, 75, 12, 13? What's the matrix?
Well, I've seen every. I got film on everybody that's in the Final Four. But my thing is, if we don't win on Friday, we ain't even got to worry about it on Saturday. Um, do have I watched the other teams? Yes, just not as much. Um, but I'm very familiar with both of them. I've kind of been preparing for the last month because all the number one seeds made it. So I've been trying to collect film on everybody for the past month, and I got film on everybody. So
Powerhouses, all powerhouses, all the big dogs made it.
yeah, and like I said, I was able to see 3 out of the 4 teams in person. And like I said, we played Okoye last year. We played Doral, I think this summer. So we was able to see them this summer.
No,
You know what
Dr.
I'm saying? No, they your frat brother decimated that program.
He gone?
Yeah, he went to Mount Vernon.
Okay. So Friday. So last week was a lot of stuff. So this week, just take us through it as much as you willing to share. What does it look like this week as you guys get ready to go to try to get what this is number what 12, 20, 30? Well, how many y'all going for this? You and Johnny?
This will be the 10th Final Four for me since I've been over there. I think Winter Haven has been to 25 or 26 Final Fours total. Johnny has 6 titles since he's been over there. I've gotten 4 with Johnny. Last week was um, a brutal week, Coach. We ran before practice. They had to run a mile before practice. Um, we did a lot of conditioning in practice. We worked on a lot of skill work and some things that we need to be successful with against the Koi going into this week. Now um, it's fine tuning our game plan. We got some ideas, some things that we like and didn't like. We're gonna get rid of the things that we didn't like. We're just gonna fine tune those things. Make sure that we're great defensively and make sure that we attack their weaknesses on offense to give us a chance to win. We like our chances in this particular game. I just hate that we playing 9 o'clock in the morning. It's just so different to try to get those kids up probably at 6, try to eat breakfast around 6, and hopefully they are, awake and ready to go at 9 o'clock.
Do y'all so y'all leave Thursday morning afternoon? Are y'all gonna try to get in the gym and practice up there? Y'all
No, we're gonna practice here on Thursday before we leave, and then we get up there, get checked in. We'll take them to the gym so they can at least see the venue and where we're gonna be at, and then we're gonna put them down.
gotcha. And you as healthy as you're gonna be outside of Serenity. Everybody's locked in and ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We as healthy as we're gonna be.
Gotcha. Available as you're gonna be. All right, Coach Blicker, man, we appreciate everything all year long, man. We love covering Santa Fe and the run, man. We feel bad at ended how it did, but like you say, nothing. Sometimes it's just not your night, man, and nothing to feel hold your head about. No, you ain't trying to. It ain't about moral victories right now, but guys battled and competed all year long. It was and I agree with the bright future at Santa Fe, especially with as long as you decide to stay there. It's very bright. So Coach, we about to start travel ball for the boys, right? So this comes up every year. So if you got a child, what is it that these kids should be looking at? So if I'm give you a scenario and then you can tell me what you think and then get more on it, okay? You got a son. He's about to start the circuit, 9th, 10th grade, wherever he's at. Would you rather your son play on one of the best travel ball teams, not start, but they winning? Or would you rather them play for a local team and develop and be a starter, but the team may not win as much?
Is he playing for that circuit team?
Yeah, that circuit.
Say again now?
If he's not playing, then no. He's got to be somewhere where he's actually getting on the court. He or she getting on the court and they're working on their game. To be on a circuit team, just to say you're on the circuit team and you're not playing, that's not helping you.
How many kids on the circuit team that don't play though?
Sometimes.
What's that percentage? I'm asking. Like I wouldn't.
I don't know. It's different for different programs. I know the Rebels are known for only carrying about 8 or 9 guys. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to run into those issues.
Yeah, that's
playing time or whatever.
They don't pick up they don't pick up 15 guys. So
you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, when you play against really good teams or the game get close, are you getting minutes? Or are you not getting minutes? It's easy to get minutes against people that you're blowing out. But when those scouts are...
Say again, PG?
I would say, what does practice also look like too in that situation?
It just depends on the situation. You know
No,
what
I'm
I'm
just saying like that. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying like if they're getting that competitive, they're getting better in practice as well, then I would look at staying playing on that circuit. But if they're not getting practice in because of so many different players and all that, then I guess you stay local. Well, what's the
Yeah.
benefit of local? How you developing being local on a local team?
Because in recent memory, I know at least 3, maybe 4 if you count Coach Blicker, but I know that Bartow kind of keeps their kids together. I know that Arbondale does, although Arbondale is looking different this year. Davenport usually plays with their guys.
Okay, so what
So
real quick before you go ahead on that, does keeping players local only benefit the team? How's that benefiting the player? Because what you're saying, they're keeping all the guys together. If you're looking at a team, you possibly only got 2% they're gonna go gonna go to college. So that's benefiting the team. That ain't benefiting the player.
But my thing is, could those players play on the circuit? If they can't play on those shoe teams, it's best to keep those kids together. You know what I'm saying? To have that team chemistry and continuity. You know what I'm saying? And you can play on the independent circuit and possibly get those kids seen. You know what I'm saying? They'll be in a better situation with you than sitting down on some shoe team not getting no clock. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why those kids stay in those programs and stay with their coach. Because my thing is, but I think anybody, if it's McGriff, if it's Eric, or anybody in this county, if they have a shoe circuit player, they're gonna allow that kid to go. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna hold that kid back because it's gonna make it better for that particular kid. It's gonna make it better for the program in the end.
So if we, without saying names, if you had to just kind of round ball it, estimate it, how many kids would you say we have that are circuit level kids that's returning? Without saying, you ain't got to say no names, but just in the county overall, 10 over under for 10. Let's do a round number over under.
What all shoe circuit teams like Puma and all them
Whatever
too?
circuit we talk about, whatever
Under.
circuit.
Under 10? You
I
said?
said, I'm saying
Over
under.
or under? You said under, PG?
Yeah,
Hold on. 1,
circuit.
3, 4.
Earlier, Sean Barnes said class 28 is loaded. If we feel like class 28 is loaded is defined by like how many?
The freshman from this year, right?
Say again?
28 is the freshman class, right?
28 is sophomore class, 29 the freshman class. 29 is the class with the Sam's kid.
28 played on circuit last year.
I think that number's higher because of Puma.
How many kids on the 28 class played on the circuit last summer?
28 is the freshman class this year?
Sophomore class this year.
Sophomore class.
I think how many played last year, I think it's going to be an uptick because it was more kids that had good years, and we had a couple kids that kind of. So if you're asking from last year just off what we had, I would say that
it's going to be more. It's going to be more than 10 because I know there's a Puma team in the county for sure, and like I don't like putting a number on that.
Gotcha. That's why I said over under. You kind of round ball it.
My thing is like Puma. What's another one? It's another circuit that's trying to get off the ground too.
Just separate
like
circuit.
New Balance and all of them. Like they technically circuits, but it's gonna inflate that number. But those circuits are not the same as Adidas, Under Armour, and Nike.
You heard me, Billy D?
Say again.
Separate circuit versus elite circuit. If you're gonna say that, with the number of kids, because like you say, some of them teams just say they're a shoe team. Man, ain't one of these local teams not saying they're part of a shoe team?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
that's why I said it'd be more than 10.
take that circuit out there.
So if we want to, do you want to say it like Power 4 P4 circuit, and then we want to make want to do the circuit like we do,
if you're doing that, if you talking about kids that's only gonna play Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas, it'd be less than 10. Yes,
that's what I was looking at.
Okay. Yeah, I know that's what you was asking, but I don't think people gonna count those other ones too.
Gotcha. And so in those cases, you're saying they need to be not playing with their local team. They need to be playing with the circuit team.
In those cases, yes, they need to be playing with their circuit team because that's what's best for that kid.
So it's best for the kid, but to PG point, is it best for the team / program?
Yes, it's what's best for that team too, because that kid is going out. He's showcasing his skills against the best in the country. It should make him better, and he should come back and try to elevate his teammates. Game. Also like, hey, we are striving for this area. He should bring back that energy, leadership, and everything in order to elevate his teammates.
In a perfect world.
Yes. I mean, I let my kids go. You know what I'm saying? And I kept my other kids playing together. You can't be selfish for that kid. That's what's best for that kid. You got to let that kid go. Do not be selfish. If that kid have a chance to play Adidas, Under Armour, Nike, you have to let that kid go.
Does that help or hurt team chemistry when you got 1 or 2 or 3 kids that's circuit kids and the other kids are not?
No, you got your opportunity in June. You got your opportunity in June. You can work out during the week. Monday through Thursday, you can do, whatever it is that you do, skill work or whatever. Because that's what we do. We in the gym Monday through Thursday. On the weekend, they belong to, whatever team that they playing for. And then in June, you better not come and touch mine. That's our month.
But that works for you, Coach. Everybody ain't playing fair in the sandbox.
I don't think a choice. A coach has a choice when it comes to the circuit, the elite circuit team. They ain't got no choice. They tell the kid they can't play there.
Yeah, a lot of coaches don't have that type of say so.
So
if they did, like you got say so, McGriff got say so to a point, right? If you did have say so, how many you think coaches still let the kids go? That's what I guess that's what I'm asking too.
You mean to tell me that McGriff can tell a kid not to go play for UIBL team and stay home and practice?
No, McGriff know not to, but he has influence on where that kid goes.
No, you McGriff got enough power to tell a kid that they can't go play for each one, teach one, and stay home and practice with Bartow, practice with Winter Haven. I'm about to log off if you tell me you're on that.
The thing is, I wouldn't do that.
No, I'm just saying, it ain't about it. You would or wouldn't. When did y'all get that much power? To tell a kid not to play for
you've been off for a while, PG. Like, it's different now, B. Ain't that what they say in the movie? It's different, B.
What kid hasn't? What kid has listened to that?
I think that depends on the situation. I have protected the kid from injury. Let's say that I have protected the kid from injury, coming off major surgery, even though they were cleared to play.
That ain't the scenario Coach Barnes giving.
Okay.
We talking about Hardy, we talking about Walt going to play for Night Riders, and one of y'all don't go. You need to stay and work out with the team.
Nah.
Right, you might well be looking in the newspaper to see when he transferred. You can't tell an elite kid they can't go play for somebody. They need to practice with your team.
You just gotta hope that they come back, huh?
Yeah.
When they go, I guess that's the danger. When they go, you gotta
protect your kid. Go with them.
Yeah, go with them. You know what I'm saying? Or you have influence on where they go and who you allow them to play with. That's why it's important that you build relationships not only with the kid and their parents, but you build relationships with these programs too.
Hey, every big weekend I'm on the road with my kid, and I'm gonna
McGriff does that. McGriff does that. You know what I'm saying? Every big name that he had, he goes and support them.
That's why McGriff the GOAT of boys basketball around here. He's smart enough to know.
You can't trust people no more. And I think that's why folks don't be so apt, like you saying, the ones that I guess you can manage, control, if that's the right word. Because you send them and you may not get them back, and then they come back with these habits and this inflated ego, and that stuff can be just as good for your program as it could be not good, depending on how you manage it, right?
Have you seen a bad situation?
We've seen where some kids have come back and the chemistry of their team was off because of what they was allowed to do on the circuit, and how they was allowed to kind of it wasn't a team type situation.
Remind me about that off the air.
I mean, Coach, you disagree or you agree?
No, I've seen some.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't remember the kid. I know we've talked about it before, but we had that put back in my head.
Yeah, but it hasn't been as much here in the county as I've seen outside the county. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much outside the county, when you start dealing with those type of egos, you see it a lot. But here in the county, it hasn't been as much.
It's been okay, been manageable.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And they know who they can try and who they can't try.
And sometimes the coaches make it easy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, last question, Coach. Last question, y'all, for the show, Coach. It's a scenario question. Fourth quarter, both of y'all, you and PG. Game tied. You had a ball on the opponent's baseline after a timeout. 13 seconds left. No shot clock. Both teams in the double bonus. What do you do?
Spread.
Want me to repeat it? Oh, you heard? Y'all got enough of it?
No.
All right. Game tied. You got the ball. Opponent's baseline after a TO. 13 seconds left. No shot clock. Both teams double bonus. What are you doing? What are you drawing up? What is the conversation?
First of all, the conversation is we got to get the ball in. Next thing is that we are taking the absolute last shot.
Definitely.
We are taking the last shot. It's either we're going to win it or we going in overtime for sure.
That's why I said spread.
Yeah. And if we get in any type of trouble or anywhere we get trapped or something, we just going to call timeout. You know what I'm saying? But we are taking that last shot, Coach. And I prefer them to be aggressive, getting the ball downhill with under 4 seconds. If we draw people to them, we're going to make the right basketball play. If not, we're trying to get fouled and go to the free throw line.
Do you run a pick and roll off of that on that last play? Do you run a pick and roll with the big?
Me, probably not, especially with the team that I have right now. Like you said, I probably would spread it out, a 5-out situation. We run a 5-out circle motion now, and we'll probably get into that. I'm really trying to get with the team that I have right now, I'm trying to get Q downhill, draw the defense, and hopefully she makes the right play in order for her teammates.
Because you get a pick and roll, that they can blitz that, right?
They can trap
that. So you probably want to keep away from.
Oh, yeah, because that's what you see in the NBA. You don't see a spread. You see
yeah.
And they prepare for the blitz. And I thought that was kind of different that you see that now at the next level. And as a coach, are you watching that to see why is that such a valuable play now versus 5-out? I know high school and what's that different, but have you noticed every situation, at least 90% of the time on game last seconds,
they doing the high pick and roll.
Mm-hmm. And even with my 5 out, they're not standing. I probably have people down screen for the corner to get the defense to move and get their eyes on something else. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be constant movement for sure.
Yeah.
So with this team, your first option is Q.
The ball's
So
gonna be in our hands.
are you calling a set play? Let's just take Q out of it. You calling a set play? Let's just set a team period. You calling a set play, and you want it in your best player's hand, and you're saying you want it going to the basket. That's your first option. It's going to the basket. They take away the first option, then what?
Like I said, she's gonna get past and she's gonna be downhill, so that's gonna make the defense collapse.
Well, not just Q. We're just saying like period. If your first option is your player getting to the, it's gonna be hard to stop Q getting from the back, getting to the basket, right? So that's a great option, obviously, right? But let's just say it doesn't happen. The wind flow, there's a leprechaun on the floor, and they're able to stop that from happening. What becomes the second option? How many options do you have from your last play? I guess is what I'm asking. How many options do you have?
It's only gonna be really 2, with the time left on the clock. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you really trying to get the dribble drive, and hopefully she get past so she can finish. If not, she's setting up her teammate that's cutting to the basket, or you get the kick out for the jump shot in the corner.
Okay.
So
PG, what you got?
3 at the most.
3 at the most. And you're not taking a shot. You're not starting the offense until how much time on the clock? If it's starting out with 13, when do you start the possession?
Probably 6 or 7 seconds. Like I said, I want to make sure I take the absolute last shot for sure.
All right. So you got the ball. That's your offense. Let's flip it. You in the huddle. You on defense. What are you doing?
For me, I probably be in full court man because I don't want them walking. I don't want them to see, but it's just gonna be like a facade, and we like drop back into a zone. So it's really just to confuse them. So we'll look like it's man and drop back into a zone, and just make sure that we contest the shot.
Okay. Usually
Because
zone
a lot
come
of
out.
people don't draw up plays when they draw up something, and especially against us, or they think that we're gonna be playing man.
So if you're drawing up 2 plays, Coach Antbo and PG and you, how important is that to have you got to have a really good, I'm assuming you got to have a really good point guard to draw up 2 plays. So if one against man and one against zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
All things being equal, right? So you got to have a good PG to be able, first of all, recognize that and to be able to make sure folks in the right spot, depending on what the team come out doing.
But you know what I've learned over time, Coach? Drawing up new stuff that they have in practice, they don't fare well with that. So what I try to do is run things that we are familiar with, so the kids don't have to think too much. You know what I'm saying? So, that I've had success drawing up stuff at the last second, but I've had more failures. So more than likely, it's going to be something that we're familiar with for sure.
Gotcha. Go with what got you there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, man. Well, once again, man, even though it did not end how we wanted it to, we are extremely proud of Victory Christian getting to the state championship again. Lost a heartbreaker yesterday. If you all were not aware, the Sagemont, same team, Heartbreak Hotel. Shout out to Coach Fitzgerald, Coach Collins, Coach Fitzgerald Jr., and all of the kids, the parents. Did a great job of supporting them. They traveled well. They was you could see the energy in the gym. So we was happy that they had the support. Just we just very sad that it didn't end how we wanted it to. Shout out to Santa Fe. Santa Fe made it to the state semi, second year in a row. Ran into a tough opponent, Miami Country Day, and was not able to advance. But great job with both of those teams making it. And We got one more team left on the girls' side this week. We have the Winter Haven Lady Blue Devils Friday morning. Yeah, you heard it right. Friday morning, number one team in the state has to play Friday morning. Got to open up the gym with the custodians and help sweep the floor and cook the popcorn and everything. That's so messed up, man. But hey, what can you do? They give you the game time. You got to show up and play. So they play Friday morning, 9 a.m., man. If y'all are able to pull up on them, check them out. I'll be watching, remotely. But and so it's on the boys' side, we done, Coach. I thought we had a pretty good season, man. Overall, we had a really good season. I think some people surprised us. We got some new players. We losing a lot of guys that's been around. Toby we're gonna miss seeing Toby. We're gonna miss seeing Tucker, MJ. Crosley, Jay Crosley at Bartow, Cotton, a lot of those guys that are graduating. Man, we appreciate all the work that y'all have done for the county over the last couple of years. But we're excited for where you're going. We're excited for your next level. But we've enjoyed you here in Polk County, man. So it's more than that. So we're not just leaving it with them. But Coach, any last words you got? Anything you want to leave folks with? You're a PG. Shout out before we get off, man. Shout out to PG and them, man. Once again, TBS went to Tallahassee yesterday. Leon County won first place grand champions. Ladies is doing what they do. Last week they were in Duval County, first place grand champ. So back-to-back grand champ. That means they was the best team, boys or girls. JV also won. So man, we just shout out to the dynasty that bro has created. The monster he got over there. He'll humble. He'll evil genius, but he'll humble evil genius. So shout out to TBS, man, and shout out to LBD, Coach Washington, and Coach Lawson going to do it once again. So, Coach, at the end of the day, what you want to leave us with before we sign off as it relates to what y'all going to do in the new venue?
Coach, we looking to make a new home, Coach. We always thought of Lakeland, that we was always going home to play. And we looking at it as we just bought a new house. So we going to go, check it out, do the last inspection, you know what I'm saying, and figure out, what we need to do for interior decorating. You know what I'm saying? We want to go up there and be confident defensively and dominate defensively. A lot of people are counting us out because Serenity Hardy is not playing, and we severely miss Serenity. Don't get us wrong, but in the end, those other kids have worked their behinds off to make it to this point, and we're still confident that we can compete with anybody. So that's what we're going to go up there and do. You know what I'm saying? So what I expect is for our kids to go out there and play their hearts out and just go against all odds and make believers, out of everybody. Without our best player, we still, are LBD. You know what I'm saying?
Licking their chops for the coach.
Yeah.
They licking their chops for the first time ever, huh?
Mm-hmm. And we got something to say about that.
That's got to be great motivation, right? That's
very much so, Coach. And people don't think we hear them talking or hear their whispers and whatever, but we do. It find its way back to us. You know what I'm saying? We just got something to prove. Our kids got something to prove.
So so y'all taking a chip with y'all. Everybody got a chip they taking on the show.
Definitely. They think we that wounded dog, and you know what I'm saying? But most time when animals get wounded, you know what I'm saying, that's when they feisty is, Coach. So we're gonna go out there, we're gonna fight back for sure.
Most dangerous, yes, sir. Well, you know how we feel. It's poking, that's it. So I don't care who y'all line up. We got y'all. But like you say, the young ladies that are still left, they know how to play basketball too. And I mean, obviously you want to have Serenity. Obviously, Lord have mercy, you want to have her. But the way it is, you don't have her. And so you got to line up with what you got and what y'all still got.
We're not making no excuses.
Yes, sir.
No, we're not making no excuses. Like I said, we're going to line it up. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to take it from us because we definitely not going to give it to you.
They got to beat you. At the end of the day, you still, I don't care what it is, you got to play for 32 minutes. You got to beat us. Until they say different, y'all's champs. And we like it, especially the way what I'm so encouraged by is how they play without Q and Serenity, how they play. So now that you got your general back and the other girls got that experience, I feel real good about it. Like you say, everybody playing in that gym for the first time, so it ain't nobody got no advantage like on the boys' side where Impact and Providence had already played in there. Everybody walking in there for the first time, and everybody got to manage it and navigate it the same way. So, but Coach, we rocking with you. We pulling for you as always. You and Johnny and all the ladies, man. We want to give you a chance to kind of talk about it, and so. That's all we got this week, man. So we have finished another season, man. So we probably gonna give y'all a couple weeks, man, and a couple weeks off, and around the time that summer about to start, of mid spring, we always kind of give you a little break after the season over with. So we still got to do our, we'll do our end of season rankings and all that stuff, and that still got to come, but. And we'll ask for y'all input on it. Y'all that want to input, we know some of y'all ain't gonna input, but you're gonna still have something to say, and that's okay. But that'll come. I see the girls already start popping their stuff out. We kind of wait a little longer before we do ours. We kind of let it breathe and marinate. But them guys, them people at Polk County girls basketball, they be on it. So anyway, appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight, man. We don't take it for granted, man. Good luck to Winter Haven LBD this week as they go to win yet another state championship, and we will be cheering them on. Y'all pull up, y'all get on the road, man, and you got to go up Thursday now. You got to go up Thursday because they opening the things up now. But when they win, then y'all get the whole day in Duval to kind of hang out or whatever. They don't play till the next night at 7:30. So get that first one out the way, like Coach said. But irregardless, man, y'all support the ladies, support Polk County basketball. Appreciate y'all supporting us. Till next time we Polk Hoops, we out. Y'all be safe. Thank you.